Hello, hello, and welcome to episode number 53 of Cold Beers and Curveballs. I am Chase Almy, and always along with me is Corey Stevens, and for her second show, Anjelica Cerrone.
Hey.
How are you guys?
What's up, guys?
We're good.
I'm great.
Almost got that right.
Well, you had to take the intro away from me.
I had to take the whole intro away from him. I couldn't let him do it anymore. No, so we're here hanging out at...
What are we good at?
Two Brothers Bar and Grill.
Bumbling the intro, guys.
That's our thing.
Where are we?
We're at Two Brothers Bar and Grill in Plano, Texas.
This is a weird-looking doghouse.
Yeah. We are still the official podcast of Doghouse, which starting Tuesday nights, they have flight nights now. $7 flights.
Ooh, that's
free
kinda
pint
cool.
glass, and your next pint is on happy hour pricing.
Yeah, the only thing about Doghouse is they close in 15 minutes, so we just can't do it tonight.
We just can't do it. We had to go to a real bar tonight. Sorry, Ron.
It's kind of like when your girlfriend falls asleep too early, and you're just like, man, I just got to find somebody who's going to be up for me.
Yikes,
Right?
you
Yeah.
guys. Yikes.
That's
So
basically how
that's
this whole
today.
new
Hey,
partnership.
you know what? It goes both ways.
That's today. So
Oh,
two
are
brothers,
you the party lady?
two brothers
No.
stayed up for us, and
Yeah, they're open
that's
till
why we're
2.
here.
Tuesday night is what we're recording.
They're open till 1:30. They're a special club. You got to
Yeah, you
really
got to sign up. You got to be
give
able to
away
show
your-
up on
you gotta let
Thursdays
them
for meetings.
let them steal your identity if you come in here.
You know, fuck Kroger in their stupid club. Kroger's trying to get
Why
me
are
to
we
show up.
talking about Kroger?
Well,
Why are
they
we
got
talking
a
about
club.
Kroger when we
They've
could be
got a club.
talking about Manny Machado?
Oh, because Manny Machado, all he does is...
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Where do they stay?
And they say
And they're stealing, right?
They stay right there. And that is what's going on. What's going on with Manny Machado, Angelica?
Well, let me tell you, Manny Machado is not going to Chicago after all. Actually, he did sign a $300 million deal for 10 years with the Padres.
Damn,
Go
breaking.
It is pretty much breaking news. I mean, Kenny Williams, he's the White Sox executive vice president. He was pretty shocked. I mean, they had John Jay, his good friend, Yonder Alonso, his brother-in-law, and he still decided not to sign.
Hey, I wouldn't want to go live with my fucking in-laws.
Why do you think
I'll tell
that
you
is, Angelica? Why do you think that is?
Clearly,
Beautiful beaches in San Diego.
I'm saying it's more
Beautiful
of-
Southern California weather.
You know what? Even though it's great weather and everything,
But it's horrible fucking baseball.
he can wear Under Armour and man up. That's what
Look.
guys do. They man up.
Yeah,
But he isn't a man. He steps on your ankles when you're playing.
Yeah, that's a bitch move. Plug her in, plug her in.
She's plugged in. I don't know why she keeps playing with her cord.
Just keeps going out, you know?
Right? Yeah, no, we'll get to your cords. You need new cords and new
Look.
microphone sleeve.
Look, Machado's
you know-
like, dude, a Padre is a much better mascot than a White Sox.
I mean, well, clearly the White Sox.
He would
couldn't-
rather play in beautiful Petco Park than U.S. Cellular.
It's
JK,
not-
we renamed it south
Right.
side of Chicago Field.
It's because U.S. Cellular went out of business, and so
Yeah.
I used to have U.S. Cellular. growing
It's called
up, and
One
we had to-
Payment, right?
We had
'Cause
to
it's
switch
like-
to Sprint.
Like Check and Go Field or whatever fucking Southside payday loan company wants to sponsor.
Still
that
a better
trash place.
name
okay.
than whatever the Brewers are switching to.
True. That is very true.
No, I mean the thing is he didn't really think this through. I know you were saying
He
that
didn't think it through.
The
I
White
think he
Sox
thought
is-
it through for
no.
months.
It's
Dude.
because the White Sox couldn't offer him what he wanted, so they
But
wanted
he
to get
had
him.
more money.
You're right.
Yeah.
You have more. You have a better option. He had 8 million or 8 years, 250 million,
Yes.
Yeah.
with options there in the 7th and the 8th year that would have put him 350 fucking million.
But-
He has an opt out at year 5 here,
Yeah.
but
Remember
you're not
that-
going to do
That's
that.
big.
We're talking, regardless of if it's 8 years or 10 years, it's still taking you to you're about 36, 37 years old.
Right.
So that's your only contract.
And I don't think he's going to be the Puerto Rican Cal Ripken Jr.
No.
No, he isn't going to play that many games.
No. So
All he had to do for the White Sox was make 500 plate appearances, and he'd get the 35 million on those last 2.
I really think that this was more a thing of Scott Boras in his ear saying the value is to get to the 10 years. And you're not going to settle for anything less than that. I think it didn't matter that it was 8 years and 250, that it was more annual average value.
I just
I think it was all about the 10 years. They said that's the standard. You know, if you want me, it's going to be 10 years. So,
Well, I just think he just didn't want to go to Chicago.
no, I agree. He didn't want to go to Chicago.
I mean,
Yeah.
he had everything for him. He had a whole a bigger contract there. Well, $250 million for 8 years.
Yeah.
He had his family, he has his friends, and he still said no. So
Yeah, no
Because
one wants to play with their in-laws.
doesn't
No one
wanna
wants to
be
play
with
on
his
South Side
in-laws.
of
doesn't want to
Chicago.
be with the fam.
That was a stupid move, typical of the Chicago White Sox. Is
Oh.
be like, oh, you know what's going to totally bring him in? Is
Yeah.
Yonder Alonso, his
Because
brother-in-law.
now they have
Hey.
now they have
No, it didn't work.
Now they have two players they don't really fucking need.
Right.
They've got
Cut them
some-
both.
they-
Next
they-
year, they're probably neither of them are there.
They hired like some fucking uncle or something. You know,
Right,
if
there
I
was,
was
yeah,
Manny
like a-
Machado, I would have been like, you know what, White Sox, I will come on board if you will bring me Ozzie Guillen back to the White
There
Sox.
you go.
And make El Chapo.
I don't know that.
Make
okay.
El Chapo a
El Chapo's staying in prison
special
for the rest of his
assistant
life.
to the GM, like everybody
I
fucking
don't
else
think
has
that's
a job.
within their power to
Very
do.
doubtful.
Angelica's going to be the special assistant to the GM of the Frisco Rough Riders this fucking year.
Yeah.
Everybody's a special assistant to the GM.
Not when you're in federal prison for the rest of your life,
I don't
like
know.
El Chapo.
I don't know. Fucking Pete Rose. He's the only one that doesn't get
Pete
to do
Rose.
it. They'd pick Chop. I guarantee you, Manfred would let Chapo in before you let Rose. I put fucking money on it any
don't
fucking
think
day.
Manfred has any say about what happens to El Chapo.
Manfred had a lot to say,
He
and people
did.
weren't fucking happy about that.
He
We'll
did
get
have
to
a
that
lot
here
to
in a little
say.
bit.
And Tony
But
Clark
no.
was like, "Shut the fuck up."
So with that, we also had another big signing happen on Sunday.
Did we really?
Yeah, with the Moose.
Was it the Moose?
It was the Moose. Mike Moustakas. He did sign a 1-year deal with the Brewers for $10 million, which was pretty big for him because last season he had 251 with 28 home runs. So pretty big for him this year.
He had a +2 WAR on that second season in a row.
Which is around Joey Gallo's war.
Ooh, JG, let me tell you.
That's
Let
weird.
me tell
yeah.
you about Joey Gallo.
Let me tell you.
Oh yeah.
Problem is
she's-
Mike Moustakas looks like Chase, and Joey Gallo looks like Joey Gallo.
Hey, but you notice who Angelica's sitting next to?
Yikes.
Yeah, the
I think
Moose.
that's a
Yikes.
bit of an access problem. If Angelica would have come to
Are
Arizona
you saying
with
if
us,
Are you saying if Angelica had a
No.
longer cord, she would be sitting next to you, Corey?
no, she would have been sitting next to Joey Gallo if she had a cord that got to Arizona.
Yeah. What do you want us to tell him when we talk to him?
You know what? It just
Do you want us to
there's
Skype
a third
you?
menu. No,
whatever
there's
your
a third
cu-
member.
Whatever the
and that's
cutest
about it.
picture that you have is, you want us to show. You're like,
Oh,
hey,
my
Angelica
goodness.
says hi,
No,
and then we just like,
no.
hey, we're
We'll send
we're
her that
chasing
one
Corey
from
with
the
Col-
story.
We're
Okay.
chasing Corey with Colbers and Curveballs. I'm Corey. That's Chase, and this is Angelica who just joined. You want to you want to join our show?
Actually,
Do you?
It would be pretty awesome if we can get him on this show because we would have some
Damn
great interview
straight.
questions.
If we
So
only got
I
his
think-
socks,
Would you be able to
cool
ask him a
with his
I
question?
would not be interested in the socks. No, I'm not a creep.
Would you
But
be
I
able to
am-
ask him a question?
I would be able to ask
or
him
would
some
you be?
questions.
They'd be like
no,
that.
I am perfectly fine. I would be okay, you guys. He's just a player.
We had to.
What about being so hot?
Tell me more about being hot. How's it like?
well,
what's
I
it-
mean, I'm pretty hot over here, so.
Oh, look at that,
That's-
dude! She comes in. She comes
She comes in
doesn't
hot.
even make-
She comes in hot. She
she
sits
comes
down
in
hot.
like a protein drink that she mixed with a Monster in the car.
What? I don't even drink energy drinks.
She's
I'm
over
bad
Five
at
there.
ounce?
What
those,
was
guys.
what's that pre-workout, Dr. Jackal or whatever?
I have no idea. I don't take pre-workout.
Oh,
Whatever
man.
Angelica took today had 5 ounces of sass and a lot of
It did.
Hold
I'm not gonna lie. I did have a very
proprietary
um,
coming in hot formula.
I'll
of
tell you the best
coffee.
text messages though is when she's accidentally text you with the microphone on and it like talk to text
It picks
what
up.
she's telling her students like when she's doing cheer coaching.
I did. You definitely got some of
That
those
sounds
things.
fun.
I was like,
I
land
think-
with your feet together.
It's
or
like
something.
yeah no
Man, I
she
need to
asked
know
the
what
kid why
that-
she jumped like a third grader with cerebral palsy.
I
Ooh.
did not
And
say
then
that.
slapped
And
her.
I would
Angelica's
never
a
it was
tough
say
in
coach.
something like that.
quotations.
You would.
No,
you would.
I
We
would
just gotta
not.
get you
I
2
would
Bloody Marys
never.
in. You would say that.
No, I would never say something like that. I am very appreciative of my kids, and I would never tell them that they look terrible. I let them
I'm
try
just
things that
saying-
they shouldn't, but I never tell them they
I'm
look
just
bad.
saying I feel like if I might be a little leery on letting Emily take some cheerleading classes from you. Might be too hard on her.
I'm pretty good at what I do. So if you guys are interested in doing private lessons, hit
Wow,
me up.
Angelica wants to
Here's the
plug
first
herself.
That was
All
a great
right.
plug-in. Anyways, well, let's
The-
start off by saying happy 150th MLB season this year.
Right.
It's the
So-
150th year of
150th
professional
year.
league baseball.
Finally-
Big.
You're
I
breaking the
swear.
iPad over
You know
here.
what? He is so attached to that button. I am gonna. Oh my gosh.
I push it after I score it.
So finally, that Moose and Machado have been signed. There's not 150 unsigned free agents, right?
No.
That's true.
So
There's
let's
only
talk about
3.
the Machado deal, though. It's got a player option at year 5, Chase?
Yes, it's got a player option at year 5. It's not technically confirmed, but Mark Feinstein.
Yeah.
He, I never know which way to go on that.
Fine.
Some of the Jews like the Steen, some of them like the Stein.
Some like the Steinstein.
But no, he says there's a 5-year option.
All right, so what does that mean for him? He gets 4 years in, and he's looking at the Padres, and they have or haven't had success, gotten to the playoffs or not.
Right.
Is
Well,
he-
and the thing is the numbers are for him. So Baseball America has their farm system projected number 1.
Right.
They've been that way for 2 seasons now?
they've been near the top for like
they've been in the
15
top 3.
seasons.
Yeah, pretty close since Tony Gwynn left. But the number 1 spot, the last 13 of 14 teams that have held that have been able to make it to the playoffs in the last 2 seasons.
Right. Clearly,
So
they think this is their window because they signed
Hosmer.
Hosmer last year, right?
Yeah, no, they're looking for veteran leadership to really kind of work with these guys. It's not a bad sign. San Diego did, after they signed this, say they're out on Harper. There was rumors that, they're not out on Harper. They're not out on Harper. We'll get to Harper here in a minute. But it is a player-friendly deal. I think that was more of the thing that he was looking at. The White Sox didn't have the selling points like the Padres had, where it was an 8-year, $250. Yeah, he could have gotten an extra $50 million on it. But this way, he's out after the 5th year if it's not working out.
Yeah, that's a important little part is that player option there, so he has the flexibility. What we got? San
I got
Diego
a
one.
fucking empty cup. That's what I got.
That's a problem.
Oh, yes.
No, one thing people are mentioning is that Fernando Tatis is the Padres' number 1 prospect. He's probably going to be called up halfway through the season. He's also a shortstop / third baseman. So, they're going to have to work out who's moving where. So there is still a position decision to figure out for the Padres.
Yeah, no, I think the Padres are. I mean, they got him now, so hopefully in his 3rd season they'll be making a real good push there in the NL West. The NL,
I think they look at it like next year they can make a push. I think they're bringing up like Luis Urias. They signed Ian Kinsler, but I think their 4th best prospect in their system is a second baseman. He's knocking at the door ready. So I think the Padres are saying, hey, basically you've got the Dodgers and nobody. The Giants haven't made real moves. The Rockies,
I feel like the
Rockies are going to be
season wasn't
Yeah.
a real good.
No, they're going to be
portrayal of who
around.
they are.
They're going to be around. The last 2 years they've been good, but they haven't really made any improvements.
You know who I
And
think is going
the
to be around?
Diamondbacks took a big step back. They lost 2 of their top free agents.
Yes, but you know who I think is going to be around pretty quick?
Who's that?
San Francisco Giants.
What have they done lately?
I think they're getting Harper. With everything,
I really think even if you put Harper on the Giants, they're not winning the division. I'm sorry. I just don't think it's a good fit for
you know
the
what?
Giants.
Speaking of Harper, Angelica, what do you got on Harper?
Well, he's still unsigned, so
That's what everybody has on him.
right.
That's all there is.
But
So
I
there
guess-
was
the real
There was
the
some
real scoop is
rumors.
to talk about the Phillies in that if the Phillies potentially valued Machado more, but had a hard price, and they weren't going to go above that. If they're now looking at like, well, okay, here's the market, and now there's no more pressure. Like there's not a race for who's going to sign first. Like maybe everyone's just kind of standing around being like, I don't want Harper to you. I don't want Harper to you. The Giants can offer a short-term deal, and Scott Boras can say no, nothing but long-term deals. And if the Phillies look at it and they say, what if we sign Harper and that takes us out of consideration for Mike Trout? Would the Phillies wouldn't be about that because they want to be about Mike Trout. So
Well, I don't know. I guess a Washington, D.C. sports writer of The Fan, a beat writer for the National, says that sources say pretty much the deal for Bryce Harper is it's going to be with the Phillies, which I think could probably
but that was
that's
a couple
probably
days ago.
I thought
Yeah,
I
but-
thought we would hear Harper before Machado,
I
and I
do.
didn't
kind
think
of
we
thought
would
so,
hear
too.
$300 million.
because
on
there's so
Machado.
many rumblings over the weekend.
Yeah,
Yes, that's true.
because he was also
But-
with the Phillies. He was posting
he was
Instagram.
commenting. Yeah, he was commenting on Instagram photos, with excitement, showing that there is a possibility that he'll be with the Phillies. So, kind of gives off that vibe that that's where he was leaning.
But if you're
toward,
looking
but-
at the Phillies and they've already made signings this year before Harper, and you say, if we're paying Harper, are we going to be big players if Mike Trout or Nolan Arenado are available. If they view them as just as good or better, are they going to lose out on the potential stars in the next few years by signing Harper now?
Yeah, but I think what Harper's now thinking...
They might hold their horses and wait for wait for Lindor, wait for Arenado, wait for Mike Trout later.
Right. They may do that. And I think, but the thing is I think Harper knows he had an off season last year. He wasn't as productive as he has been in recent seasons.
I don't think that's really coming into play.
No, but I think if he did a 1-year deal, because Bruce Bochy retiring at the end of the 2019 season, he has 3 World Series with him. Why wouldn't they want to make another push for it? Offering $40 million on a year.
I don't think they have it in them.
No, they do, dude.
To be in the World Series.
Oh,
with
they
Bryce
do.
Harper.
They have Pudge Rodriguez's son on the mound.
Whatever.
You just empower that greatness, dude. They do. They have a good up and coming crowd. The NL West is going to be exciting again, and especially if they can fucking nail down Harper. And Harper says he's not in any rush to sign with Philadelphia.
Right.
He doesn't fucking care.
Yeah, but I just don't think that Boris is going to ever let him sign a short-term deal.
Fuck Boris at this point.
But he's the boss. Let's be real.
Boris is sucking Harper's dick at this point.
Well, yeah. But I just don't think that Harper's going to do it.
I guarantee.
I don't think there's any short-term deal.
Here's the thing, though: is California? They don't have the sales tax.
They have a huge income tax.
No, but they don't on this shit. That's why they get more in player incentives so that they can pay. They get paid out.
People misinterpret the whole taxation thing because you pay half the taxes on where you play because you're making your money while you're in these other cities.
Right.
So the tax situation for athletes who are constantly traveling is kind of complex. So.
Well, I understand, but the thing is with Boris doesn't have to take that tax hit on that.
Right.
So why wouldn't he want him to sign West Coast? Why wouldn't he want both of his biggest fucking
it would be smarter to be
out?
in Florida or Texas. You have no income tax.
No, but he wouldn't make as much because they're not within the luxury tax threshold either. So I mean, it's good business for both of them. I think Boris would push for a $40 million.
Yeah, maybe.
And who the fuck wants to live in Philadelphia?
Apparently. Mike Trout and Bryce Harper.
What do you know about Philadelphia?
The Flyers play there, and they lost to the Blackhawks. Standing up.
There you go.
She does know that.
She does know that.
I would be willing to bet you, Chase, that San Francisco finishes 4th in that division again.
What are we betting? Are we going to be like, what's her name, Tiffany? Was this going to be a fucking Tiffany bet where I'm waiting 2 years for a beer?
She makes
on
good
the
Bloody
Chargers.
Marys, so I'm okay with
Tiffany's
that. She brought
not
me
over
extra.
there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Tiffany's her friend.
Tiffany's friend.
Fucks me out of
Tiffany's
beers.
friend made me a bomb Bloody Mary with some great olives.
There you go.
Because we're at Two Brothers Bar and Grill.
It's true, and it's not even a Monday night.
deep
We're not the
Eddies.
firing line with Nate Newton, are we? We're better than that.
Fat
Oh,
fuck.
gosh.
Nate Newton knocked a kid over one time in a Pizza Hut.
I don't even know.
Okay.
Bariatric fuck. You probably ought to tell your mom you did a really good job, but don't listen to this show.
So we're talking Phillies. Why
I
don't we
don't know
talk
what they
Aaron
do in
Nola?
the Greek Orthodox Church to get over the sins that she's going to hear.
We're talking Phillies. Why don't we talk Aaron Nola?
Aaron Nola. What about Aaron Nola?
So he signed a contract extension. It was around 5 years, $50 million.
Yes.
With 35 to 40 guaranteed. The thing is that people are pricing out. There was a good Ken Rosenthal article talking about,
Do you think Ken writes those articles in a bow tie?
Probably. I
You
think he does
puts
everything.
you think he puts the
does he
bow tie
shower in a
on?
bow tie? Does
Right?
he go to bed with a bow tie? So
Will you wear a bow tie for us?
a
No. What the heck?
lot. I think you'd look better in a bow tie than Angelica.
My neck is... Have you seen my fucking neck?
I've
I
seen
think
it.
you would be okay.
I'm
It
glad
would,
you hide
it would take 2 days to cut through this
True.
shit. If we were to go to the Amazon like that one fucker that was getting shot with the arrows, I would be the guy that you guys would put out there so that maybe you guys could get away because it'd take so long to cut through.
Anyways.
Anyways.
So basically, the thing is, players and agents are looking at that deal as it was a real letdown for them because as a member of a union, you kind of have a duty to not take a under market deal. And most people
You're
are
player
saying
first, league second.
most people are saying that he left a lot of money on the table. Even if he's all about this guaranteed money, he's going to lock up the deal now, and it feels good to him. He still could have easily gotten $5 to $10 million more and it wouldn't have even been that egregious at all to the Phillies.
No.
You look at
Some people may think that he did it to try to free up some cap space,
no,
if you will.
I really don't think that has anything to do with it, but I think the problem is the players are saying, hey, you could have been one of the top tier young pitchers to go through arbitration, and that leaves a wake behind you, and other players are positively impacted in their arbitration arguments by the money that you would make. And so if you're hitting $5 million in arbitration, and then you're hitting, or maybe he was probably, I think the price he set was about $6 million, and then you're hitting $10 million like Keuchel did, $9 million like Keuchel did. That's setting a new standard, and that's going to help everyone else. That's the rising tide lifts all boats. But now you take this, and you're potentially, leaving $20 million on the table if you perform well. And they're saying that the risk of him, like if he blew out his elbow, right? He had a little elbow soreness at the end of last year.
Yeah.
Even the risk of injury, you look through the arbitration calculations, and he's still probably going to make 15, 20 million, even if he had missed a year with Tommy John surgery or something.
Nola's kind of a quirky guy, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's from Baton Rouge. You love the Gooks Tigers, don't you?
Yeah, he gooks Tigers. But no, he's a little different. Like he kind of beats to his own drum. Like he doesn't. Someone
Tis
finally
true.
paid the light bill. But no, he.
Everyone's like, what's with
he
the
went
lights?
with a he
Lights
went,
are going out,
Stephanie.
guys, over here.
well, he
Kinda
went
dark.
with a different like shoe company. He got a shoe deal with a really obscure brand called 3 and 2 out of Florida. He
Gotcha.
signed a deal with them. They locked him in. It's kind of like he thinks like kind of outside the box, and I think that might be something where it's like
Yeah.
maybe down the road I give him
Well-
4 or 5 years, I can retire as a Philly,
Yeah.
make him bank.
It's saying basically the 5th year down, the Phillies have an option for 16 mil, and to compare 16 million, which would be a free agency, deal if he hadn't signed this. 16 mil is probably 7 million less than he could easily get in free agency. And if he wanted to just like get the avoid arbitration and sign a 3-year deal and then hit free agency at 29, he could have done like Lance Lynn did, 3 years for 22 million a couple of years ago. But now he's going to hit free agency when he's 31, and look at how Keuchel's treated when he's 31, right?
Well, Keuchel also had a down season, would be a 5th starter for most teams.
I mean, it can happen.
Yeah.
You can have up and down seasons. Nola
But it
had
could
one of
also
the best
be
seasons just now.
A belief in what you've got going on, a belief in your culture, a
Yeah.
belief in your farm system, a belief in your organization.
No, I get it. He says 45 million guaranteed. He's set for life. But I totally get this argument that Rosenthal made. He says if other clubs are going to look at it and say, why are you going to pay Keuchel $90 million, a long-term deal? He's older. You're going to have to pay that in free agency when Aaron Nola is available for $50 million. Like if you can get somebody in your organization and you can lock him up through several years of free agency at 5 years, $50 million, why are you going to go bid on the open market for Keuchel's? It's just one more thing depressing that free agency market.
Speaking of Keuchel, where is Keuchel landing this season?
He's just hanging
He's
out.
unsigned.
He's
Maybe
still
the
unsigned.
Kansas City fucking Royals. Who knows? Like
Dude.
it's good. Anybody's bet. Anybody's guess.
The Red Sox announced earlier this week they're out on Craig Kimbrell, so that's gone.
Yeah.
So he's still unsigned
Sox
as well.
are
Yeah.
just gonna say, hey, we're cool. We don't.
So it
need
looks
a-
like right now
don't
we
need a
got
relief pitcher.
Harper, Keuchel,
Yeah.
Kimbrell are the last 3.
What happened in arbitration dealings with Luis Severino, Anjelica?
Well, he did. The Yankees agreed to a 4-year, $40 million contract extension. So pretty big for him. He's got 4 more big years with the Yankees. So
Right.
exciting news.
Yep.
I always, when I see him pitching, I'm always like, hey, look, that's the other Aroldis Chapman because they look a lot alike.
There was even a little something about him realizing that he tipped pitches last year. It's a little late.
Yeah.
A little late to find that out, but
Yeah. No, you gotta
maybe
be
the
a-
Yankees
gotta be
organization
aware of that.
should have told him of that.
I
a
haven't
long time
cared
ago.
about. I have not cared about a New York Yankee pitcher since Jabba Chamberlain because his name was fucking Jabba.
Jabba the Hutt.
Oh
What about
my
that New
gosh.
York Yankees pitcher who's going to retire? That's one. CC
That
Sabathia.
is C. Sabathia. He is retiring after 19
always just
seasons.
looking around.
So 19
like a-
seasons. This will be his last one, and he's retiring with the Yankees, so pretty big for him too.
You know, I gained respect for him last year. He was reaching his innings where he was going to get the $500,000 bonus. He was 1 inning shy. Tampa Bay, they hit their catcher. Their catcher came up, and he threw at their catcher, busted him right in the back, got thrown out of the game, and he gave up $500,000 to play for the team.
You know,
And I had some respect for him there.
Sean Lee had $1 million player option that he didn't play that last game of the season. He just rested before the playoffs. There was a similar thing of giving up $1 million.
Yeah, and that was a pretty fucking stupid one. Maybe we can cover that one in another episode called Sean Lee, pretty fucking stupid because you always have a torn hamstring and you don't play anyway, so you might as well take your fucking $1 million because you have Jason Garrett fucking coaching you. We all know what I said about redheads here at Two Brothers Bar and Grill 2 years ago.
Chase is God did not give Sean Lee good hamstrings. Let's
No,
be
he
honest.
did not. I don't even know if he even gave him strings. I think he just gave him hams.
Just-
He ain't even fucking attached to nothing.
Man, I can't wait for Angelica to be sitting in when we have a good old argument about unwritten rules in baseball.
Fuck your unwritten rules and your, let's just all everybody play. What's the
Kumbaya.
score, Corey? It's fun to fun. Corey's belief in baseball should end
You wanna
at
talk
fourth
about-
fucking grade.
You're going to talk about baseball. Let's Mike Bass coaches a team of 10-year-olds. His son's probably on it. They were out there practicing yesterday afternoon. Did you walk outside yesterday afternoon? It was like 44
It was really
degrees with a
fucking
wind
cold.
chill, and it was wet.
That reminds me of Little League Baseball practice in Indiana.
And then apparently there was one kid who started crying because his hands hurt. It was so cold.
Aw, poor baby.
He called him soft.
So my my
He's
dad
10.
my dad's not the
He
most
said, look, everybody else is sucking it up. No one else is crying but you. That was his message on the
My-
air this morning.
Poor baby.
my dad wasn't the most. My dad still isn't the most politically correct person, and he's a
I
Southern,
wonder where you get it.
He's a Southern Baptist preacher, and I just remember he coached one of my baseball teams, and my dad's like, "Come on, guys, I got a grandma that throws better than you. She's dead and had no arms." And this little fucking kid's sister was missing half a fucking arm. And there we all are with my dad out there. Yeah. And like his mom wanted to strike up a conversation with my mom, like, oh, now we have like family members missing limbs. And she's like, oh, you have a family member minus a limb. And mom's like, no, my husband's just a fucking dick. Like, of course she didn't say fucking dick.
I think Connor Williams just walked in. But anyway,
Are we sure? What's a
I'm pretty sure there's just not that many people who look exactly like that, who are built
Who's
exactly
Connor
like that.
Williams?
The Cowboys left guard.
Cowboys player. All right. Well, besides all of that, you guys.
He
Garth
also
Brooks-
grew up. He went to Coppell High School,
I
so
watch-
this is right in his
guys,
neighborhood.
I'm a Patriots fan. I watch real football.
Quick! Everyone Snapchat him.
Quick, no, we're gonna cover Garth Brooks and whole.
Tell me about Garth Brooks.
because he has friends in low places, guys.
does
so
have
But he
friends
doesn't
in low
have
places.
kids in low places because they all got fucking teammates.
guess what, you guys? So Garth Brooks is actually a huge baseball fan. He reported to spring training for the first week with the Pittsburgh Pirates for a charity known as Teammates for Kids. It's his own charity. He started
Called
up.
Kids in Low Places. Get it right.
No, it is not called that, but it is the 20th year of his foundation. So it's going to be a big hit for those Pirates. A lot of people coming out. But you know, some background information on Garth Brooks. He was signed to a minor league deal contract with the Padres back in the late 90s, the Mets and the Royals. And so still growing up a baseball fan, played a little minor league, and still wants to continue his dream, even though he's a great singer. So,
Hey,
you know.
it works for Tim Tebow.
Great singer in
Hey.
air quotes.
Hey, whoa,
Great
whoa, whoa,
singer.
whoa,
He has
whoa.
some big hits, you guys. You know he has friends in low places. I mean, I
Good
don't
Lord,
know.
who did we follow? Sorry.
Standing outside the fire, Papa loves Mama? Come on. The song was about his mom being a whore and his dad killed her. That's good fucking shit, man.
Okay.
Good
well,
Lord, I do
it
not know that
was.
song.
You didn't know
This
that
is
song
pretty
is one of my
negative.
favorite ones.
No, I was
Rodeo.
trying to touch his like positivity.
You were trying to
side.
touch
Much
his
too
what?
young to feel
He's
this
like
damn
positive.
old.
You were trying to touch his what?
His positives, you know.
Other
What-
P word,
all
Corey,
his-
positives.
No.
Positive.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
well,
think Trisha Yearwood wants to touch his not positives.
So if you guys are going to spring training, head out and see,
Go see Garth Brooks.
because he's going to make a great appearance over
Sorry,
there.
but our Indiegogo clearly states Arizona, not Florida.
I'm not going to Florida.
You guys might not be, but some other people will be there.
Yeah,
Maybe some
you know who is
listeners.
there? Jeff Bannister.
And if Jeff Bannister wants to go see Garth Brooks, this is his
This
little
is all
news
fucking
update.
That's
for
a
him
Jeff
to find
Bannister.
it.
softball for you to
Fucking
talk
shit.
about Jeff Bannister.
Jeff
Tell me how you
fucking
feel.
Bannister's a fucking joke.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, he's better.
Jeff Bannister, how's your
better-
wife and my kids?
Better
Not
coach
the
than
hot
Jason.
one.
Better
Not
coach
the
than
fucking
Jason
hot
Garrett.
one.
So
Yeah, Jason Garrett's a fucking joke.
Okay, well, I'm a Jason Garrett fan.
I hate you like Jason Garrett. Then fucking
not
turn the
bad.
microphone off and go somewhere else.
Jeez, look, I'm getting kicked out of this podcast. For
No,
He
no.
played for
it's
the
just-
Dolphins. Like
Look,
that's
the-
like being the
the
smartest
VIP
kid on the short bus.
the VIPs in this club are gonna kick us out. That's what's up.
Oh, fucking Dan Marino.
Yikes.
Goddamn.
Dan Marino. All right. Anyway, what are we
hell are we
talking
at
about
in my
next,
notes?
Chase?
We actually can move on to the Texas Rangers.
Oh yeah, projected lineups. What we got, Chase?
I got a projected lineup of maybe like 70 and 92. That's where the
Hey, do
lineup
you-
finishes.
So it would be a real long payoff. It would be kind of like when Tiffany bet you for this beers, you're gonna have to wait a while. But do you wanna project a win total right now? And we're
62
gonna
and 100.
see 62. They're gonna be worse than last year.
They're going to be worse than last year.
Do you
want
wanna actually bet
I
at
don't
that
care if
total?
you're in Camp Wood or not. What do we want to bet, Corey?
So they had 67 last year. What you really gonna pick 62
I'm going
wins?
to pick a 100-game loss.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pick above that, and let's see who's
Now,
closer.
let's do this
Because you're
at
biased.
Doghouse. The loser has to eat one of those Beyond fucking
First off,
the
whoa.
plant-based sausages.
I
Whoa. Roll it back. I am a fan.
I think I can just.
Okay? Mhm.
I
I
can-
will gladly do
Guys,
that.
I will do a plug here real quick. They just got the new Impossible 2.0 meat. The plant-based.
2.0.
Yeah, dude, I had
New
it
and
today,
improved,
and it
unlike
actually,
Jason Garrett's clapping.
like, it actually tasted really good. And she's got a Hershey bar, special dark.
So
That's
good.
a Hershey bar.
It's a little mini Hershey's,
Ah,
Hershey's
yes, that
chocolate.
little thing.
It's good. It's extra creamy milk chocolate with toffee and some almonds in there, so we get your nuts.
We know Angelica's all about that nutcracker.
Are you gonna call that Joey Gallo? Are you gonna call that Hershey?
I'm not. I'm actually going to just eat my little piece of chocolate that I have here, and that's that. So, anyways, Chase, tell us about the projected starting lineup for the
So
Rangers.
projected starting lineup right now, we've got Delino DeShields out there in center field with the blue fucking hair. Elvis Andrews crippling around at shortstop. Shinsu Choo-Choo at the DH because he can't do anything because he doesn't have knees anymore. Asdrubal Cabrera, who they dug up out of, I believe it was Wake Forest Manor, the nursing home there. Rounding it out is Nomar Mazzara, which is not like Nomar Garcia Parra, even though it rhymes. Then we got the big meat, Joey Gallo, there in left field, the meat of the show. Rugnet Odor, who looks like a fucking bat character in a Disney movie.
Hey,
that
I
would
think
be
he
based
shaved
about
his beard.
bats. That wasn't even a. That was fucking pubic hair. That looked like my balls if I haven't had hair in about 3 weeks.
My God.
Ronald
I think
Guzman,
Odor might be rocking the
six-
shorter beard
the
this time.
6'5" first baseman who's got a lot of
So
reach.
flexible,
He's
she
reached
says.
so far. Yeah, so flexible.
Tell me about it, Angelica.
Reaching over there and grabbing on the
Hey,
heartstrings of
He's got
Angelica
a good
Cerrone.
split.
he
let
does
me
those
tell ya.
splits like a pro.
And the
got a good
36-year-old geriatric fuck known as Jeff Mathis.
He's an
rounding
old
out the
man.
catcher.
Let's talk about that geriatric fuck.
Hey, also though, we got the starting lineup. Mike Minor, left-handed pitcher, the least.
Trade bait.
Yeah. Lance Lynn, right-handed pitcher. The only
Hits
thing he does
women.
with his right hand really well is he hits women. Drew Smiley, which would also be Smiley. Maybe he'll smile on the mound. He's also a left-handed pitcher. Edison Volquez, which I believe we had back in the day. We traded him off for a crackhead.
Think he had a
Right-handed
no-hitter.
pitcher. Yep. Shelby Miller coming in with the right-handed pitcher. Shelby Miller was where last year?
Shelby Miller might out west, maybe.
I don't think he pitched last season at all, though. I think he was out on Tommy John.
Nationals, Diamondbacks. I don't know. You'd have to look him
And
up.
the closer is Jose Leclerc. The thing with that starting lineup or that starting rotation that they've got right there is they have more miles than anybody else in ulnar collateral ligaments that are not theirs.
Right.
It's
Drew
the
Smiley-
Tommy John train.
Drew Smiley was that fifth person on the rotation for the Detroit Tigers back when they had Justin Verlander. And did they have David Price back then or somebody?
I
the
don't-
one that the Tigers really.
I don't remember my high school years, but I believe you're right.
They had Scherzer,
You're old, that's
Verlander.
why.
Anyway,
I'm fucking
man.
old.
quite a
You
rotation.
are.
I don't think they won a World Series with it though.
Let that be a note that
So yeah,
Anjelica likes older men, though.
that was
No.
quite the rundown. But Jeff Mathis, he's only been in, spring training just started a couple days ago. No games have been played. It's just pitchers and catchers reporting. But
In
there's already
fact,
been.
last Saturday was the last Saturday without professional baseball.
Hey, I'm glad. That's a wonderful thing.
Woo woo.
All the way until October, the end
Nice.
of October.
Speaking of, they did sign a 1-year deal, minor league deal for Ben Revere.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He was hit up. He's just kind of AAA depth, like fifth outfielder, sixth outfielder option. Nobody really wants him to ever
Hey,
play for the Rangers.
He was invited to big league camps, so
Yeah.
that's a
no, he's been a
possibility
major
for
leaguer
him.
for a while.
Yeah, last
He
time he
deserves
played
it.
was in 2017 with the Angels, but still, he's a veteran outfield. They could probably use him this year, if anything.
Yeah. No, the big thing about Jeff Mathis, he signed for a 2-year deal, and he's literally been in camp with Jose Trevino and Isaiah Kiner-Falefa for about 3 days, and they're already gushing about how much they're learning from him. So
I'm just sure they so are. Oh, Kiner Falefa is like, teach me how to drop the hyphen.
He's actually pretty good. So
teach me how to drop that.
Do you
hyphen.
think that
No, if you
professional
wanna look at-
athletes that date not
you-
as hot women have confidence issues?
Probably, yeah.
Like,
what?
Who dates a not hot woman? Gosh,
a
okay, I
few
got
of
you.
them. There's been
Let's
a
move
few of
on.
them.
Let's not throw shade. I don't
No,
think
it
you
just
got a good
reminded me of the
look.
Boy Meets World where they were betting on the cheerleading team that had like the ugly cheerleaders because they were like, well, they're mad, like they should win more games. Just
I don't
saying, like,
even.
I just don't know why Bryce Harper hasn't signed because his wife's fucking hot.
Okay, cool
Yikes.
story. I think that's exactly what we were talking about.
So
For the-
projected lineups, Joey Gallo, where's he at in your lineup? I know he'd be leading off, but it looks like we've got him at number 5, or actually number 6.
He's number 5. He's number 5.
Who's cleanup in that lineup?
Actually, cleanup is Asdrubal Cabrera, then it goes Nomar Mazara, Joey
Gotcha.
Gallo.
I'd be okay if we shipped off Shin-Soo Choo. Finally, he's only got 2 years left in his deal.
Ship off, like as in back on the boat to
Like
Korea.
he's going away.
As
If
in,
you're
just trade
racist.
him so that we can have more room for
Who's
Willie
going to
Calhoun.
buy Shin-Soo Choo?
That is true.
I
Willie
don't know.
Calhoun is
Anybody. If he gets hot and gets on base for 40 straight games.
Shin-Soo Choo sold a lot of hats for me in Lids when he first came to the Rangers because I had a predominantly Asian crowd that came to that Lids.
I
Well,
can
good-
see that.
good for you.
Everybody's
dude.
like, oh, Shin-Soo
Good
Choo.
for you. She says, cool story, bro.
Let's move on.
Oh, man.
Whatever you want to move on to. No, so no. Elvis
Moving on
and
to the new manager for the Rangers.
Delino to Shields. I mean, neither one of us. You were on a bandwagon for him for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, again, that was about 2 years ago, and his impact was felt back then. But times have changed. He's done his best. I think it's time that he's just clogging up the outfield.
Well, then why don't we
So
put Paul
waste-
Revere out there?
Because Paul Revere would be even more of a clog.
Well,
We need to
Ben
I mean, his
Revere?
brother Ben
That's-
Revere is.
Right, Ben Revere should be there.
Are we going to confirm that there is a relation there?
I
Yeah.
don't think so because
Relationship?
it's a very deep, dark relationship.
I think it's kind of like the show The Jeffersons and Thomas Jefferson. Were they
Right.
related? No, but I think Elvis Andrews now. I think he's going to step up and become the next Adrian Beltre as far as leadership in the clubhouse.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying forever. And you wanted to ship him out last year. You wanted to get rid of him. You wanted to cut him.
I
And
think
was
they
like,
should.
say, hey, excuse me, he's your leader in the clubhouse now.
Yikes.
Yikes! I can't even
kidding.
see. That's the point, I guess. Oh, it's just a text message. Nobody cares.
Some people care about text messages. No, I think that I think Nomar. Who do you think is going to be beneficial? Do you think Nomar Mazara, or do you think Joey Gallo is going to be the better offensive production this season?
I would hope. Man, that is hard to say. Because Gallo really doesn't hit for average, and Mazzaro has a better chance for hitting it for average. People have always been like, "Hey, Mazzaro's about to break out, about to break out, about to break out." He always has pretty good years to show he has potential. Gallo needs to, show improvement on the strikeout numbers. Clearly, I think end of the year, Gallo's still got 40, 45 home runs, and Mazzara, we're looking at, hey, when are you going to really take a step forward and not a baby step forward?
Right. So, I mean, we pretty much know Guzman's going to be at first base.
I want to see a big step forward in Guzman. Guzman showed a lot of potential.
He's just so fucking awkward. He's got a 39-inch bat because he's 6'5".
He should try swinging from like the
Dude, when he bats, it looks like
from the split position.
It looks like
He's the condor.
Yeah,
It looks like he ran out of bats, and it was like, "Hey guys, it's mini bat night. Get Guzman one of them little mini bats they're giving out at the front gate." And that's what he's like.
Yeah.
It's like when Randy Johnson had to bat. Those few times, Randy Johnson's bat looked like a 14-inch little billy club.
Right.
Here's my question though: Jeff Mathis, will he be the starting catcher at the end of the season? Do you think they're going to platoon the catcher position?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a platoon.
I think so. I think Isaiah kind of life is going to be out there quite a few times, showing his talented abilities to pretty much be a utility player anywhere on the field. In all honesty,
Who do you think though? I mean, because
I think it's going to be
have
close to 70 games for both of them. It might be more for one of them potentially, but
I wonder if Jose Trevino is going to go up.
I feel like he's probably playing
gonna be
15
there.
games.
I'm sure he will too.
Yeah, and if one of them's injured, Trevino's probably playing 50 games this year.
That's true.
Yeah. No. But I mean, my thing is, who in that rotation do you think they're going to stick? Because they're going to want to stick that because they did that with Giovanni Soto. Giovanni Soto solely caught Darvish.
Yeah, I just don't think that
Do you think there's anybody in that lineup in that rotation that you're going to see Mathis?
Like the point is Mathis. Anytime you have everyone's confidence in him to call a game is utmost. Like everyone knows that he could call a game, just like Yadier Molina could. Like he defensive run saved from framing. I think there was a Baseball Reference stat on that. He was top 10 in the league. The Rangers, who was Robinson Chirinos, was basically dead last in framing runs saved or whatever it was put as. So the Rangers have upgraded their catching position defensively, and they're really just hoping that it rubs off on their two new guys, but also they're hoping that it rubs off on their young pitchers because at some point in the season, guys like Joe Palumbo, Taylor Hearn, those the Rangers have some pitchers that are ready to be called up mid-season or especially in September. Those are the kind of people who, if your first outing in the big league camp is your first time on a big league mound is, Jeff Mathis is catching me and I can 100% trust in everything he calls, that's going to make your life a lot easier.
No, I mean, and that's one thing I think.
So that's what he's there for.
And I think it might be one of those guys where they may stick him with Lance Lynn during the season.
I don't see that there's going to be a straight-up relationship. I think his main impact can be on the younger guys and really calling a good game for them.
Right. No. I think it'll be a good one. I think it'll be fun to see. I've got 100 losses. Corey's got, what are you at, Corey?
I think they make a 4-game improvement, 71 wins.
71 wins. Where are you at, Angelica?
I don't know. We're just
Angelica, throw me a number. Throw me a number because we're going to make it.
72.
Nope.
Are you on the Woodward train?
Here's what you do.
I am.
Cool. Then you pick 73. Then pick 73 wins.
Price is right and say $1, Bob.
$1, Bob.
With the Woodward train, he's going to implement a lot of new ideas. So
yeah.
He's a new manager.
So they finished at what last year?
67 wins.
67 wins. Do you think they're going up or down?
I think they're going up.
You think they're going up? So he's at him at 71. You want to go 72?
Sure, I will go with 72.
All right. So here's the deal. We're going to be at Doghouse Beer Garden, right?
Yeah.
On the last day of the regular season, because we don't even need to fucking worry about playoffs.
Right.
We are going to be sitting there watching the game. At the end of that game, whoever is closer without going over the retail price, we will follow Price is Right Showcase Showdown deal. Whoever is closest to the actual number, if it's Angelica, you have to eat a bacon wrapped hot dog.
No.
Yep. Nope. Doesn't matter. I'm in fucking charge. Corey and I will have to eat one of the Beyond sausages.
I'm sorry, but I cannot do bacon.
Okay,
No.
so how about an all beef dog?
I will be sick for a week.
You'll be sick for a week. I'll get a card from the parents because they want you to eat more meat.
That's true, but I don't want to eat more meat.
I got
Why
a
can't it be
text.
like French fries or something unhealthy?
No, I got a text message. I got a
fries
text
of
message
something unhealthy.
from a parent that says, "Hey, love the show. We think my daughter sounds great. You guys sound like a great pair. You guys are like a drunk Greek and Italian Jew version of Donnie and Marie. By the way, get her to eat more meat.
Get her to eat
God
more meat.
bless. Like how
God
they throw the
bless.
God in there.
God bless.
She's looking.
Yikes.
She's looking.
She's
Yikes.
like, are you sure about that?
Like,
There's
shit,
no
this
way.
sounds exactly like my fucking parents. But
All
no,
right.
that'll be the deal. That'll be
Well,
the deal.
Besides the Rangers and whoever knows what their season entitles, we're going to move to Vlad Guerrero
Yeah.
Vladimir
Let's talk about
Guerrero
him.
Jr.
Junior.
Junior.
He's-
He was the son of a Hall of Famer, so it's
He
pretty big.
still
He
is,
still is,
probably.
though.
He still is.
I don't think Vlad
What?
died yet.
Nope.
Okay, he's still pretty athletic. Clearly, I mean, he is the only player since Chris Bryant to be unanimously wow.
Yes.
This speech problem brought to you by Deep Eddy Vodka.
Unanimously
was
chosen for the top
ranked-
prospect.
Yes, ranked as the top prospect for the Baseball America list. So pretty big for him,
Right.
obviously.
And the Toronto Blue Jays are going to pull a page out of the old Cubs and fuck him real good.
Yep. They're just going to hang on to him for, keep him in AAA for about 25 days.
I mean,
Maybe
but yeah.
pull him up
Well,
by then.
because his batting average was 350 with 20 home runs, so that's pretty big for him.
He can rake. No, he's a great hitter. He's,
I mean, his dad's hit
looking
home
just like
runs
his dad.
bounced off the fucking ground.
yeah, he's looking just like his dad. If he has a good career like that, he's straight into the Hall of Fame.
This guy behind us looks like Jack White if it was his dad.
Well,
And you're not really wrong. What else we got? I think the most important thing we can still tell you about is our Indiegogo.
Yes, the Indiegogo.
So what Chase wants to tell you is that we have 8 days left to raise some money. We're heading out to Arizona for spring training.
Yep, Corey and I have been practicing in a parking lot on me to drive stick shift. So we need some money. We jacked the price up a little bit more because Corey doesn't want to drive the whole way, but we're going to have to replace gears and probably a clutch once we get to Arizona. So that's why the extra money's in there. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to bring you a lot of content. We'll be Skyping in with Anjelica Cerrone because she's got a real job that she can't just up and leave right now.
sorry.
So she'll be back home unless we get Joey Gallo on the phone and be like, hey, we have an interview at 4. She'll catch that 1 p.m. flight from Love Field out direct with Southwestern. Lose the 2 hours, so she'll be there on time, and then there will be. And that's all we have to do to get Anjelica out. So we also need that extra money for that plane ticket. But anything will help. $10, you get what?
Sticker at $11. Yep.
Right? $15, you get baseball
cards.
We got T-shirts. We got hats. We've
Yep.
got fun nights out at Party at the Yard. We've got a lot of fun nights out at Party at the Yard. We got wild and crazy nights. And the fun thing about the Party at the Yard ones, we got your tickets. We got your booze. So it's going to
Yep.
be a lot of fun. And I'm be real honest. I might be biased, but you might get to see 2 of the sexiest people ever allowed in the
In the Lazy River.
It's going to be
Angelica
me.
and I will be in the Lazy River. No, I did find a company, though, that makes custom-made pool floaties.
Oh, my God.
What if we had one of me, people like holding people? Like, that would be
I
fucking
think if we
awesome.
had one with our logo, that would be pretty exciting. But, you guys, I was
But what
the
about me?
host.
What if it looked like Chase? It was a
Yikes.
floaty that looked
Speaking,
like
yeah,
Chase.
so we met
That means
Angelica.
that would be a
says,
huge
"Yikes."
floaty for you guys.
That would be a huge floaty, she says.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's going to have that part of it, but I mean, that's
good
where you're
Lord.
going with it.
Oh, my God.
I should have never
No.
found the air home
Okay,
button.
let's roll it back. Party at the Yard. It's a really fun event for the Rough Riders. They throw it on Thursday nights. It's $1 beers typically. Not sure who the beer company will be this year, but if you guys want to spend a Thursday night at a fun minor league baseball game and drink your heart away, you can't go wrong with a Party at the Yard Frisco Rough Riders.
And you know
night.
what? You should have us take you to it and show you a good time.
Yes.
Truly.
We will
And
show
if
you
you
a
do,
good time.
there is one though. If you do pick it, we will be out in the VIP sections. All you can eat, all you can float. Hopefully, you know how to float.
For a hell of a time, yeah. There's definitely some perks where if you wanna have a good time with the 3 of us, that's where you go to their Indiegogo.
We really do want somebody to click on that bottom one. It's called the whole damn thing. It basically you get to go with us.
And that's pretty hot.
Yes,
That's
that is very
not-
hot.
It's not hot.
It's
It's not hot because we didn't get to cover that segment. tonight,
That's
but
all
we
right.
did talk
There's no
about it.
room for not hot.
We
There
don't
is
have
no
enough
room,
hot.
so make sure you guys tune in and listen to us next week.
So we're at 40. We're at 50 minutes. Anything else? I mean, we got. Hopefully by the next episode, we'll know where the fuck at least Bryce Harper's going.
Yeah.
hopefully
not.
Dallas Keuchel and
Maybe-
Craig Kimbrell get
Maybe
signed as
DFL
well.
and Brewing Company is pulling a Bryce Harper, and they're not going to agree to the party at the Yard until about April 16th when the season's already started.
Right?
Might.
So
Might
do
happen.
we want to make a bet on who goes first, Keuchel or Harper?
No.
For next week?
I'm going to sit
Ooh,
out of this
I would
bet.
say
I'm
Harper.
just going to hang out. I think it's going to be Harper. Obviously, there's a lot of
Means
teams looking at
Angelica's
there's-
him.
payday this Friday.
I just don't think there's a lot of interest in Keuchel right now.
No, I don't think
What
so.
about Kimbrell?
I think he might get signed within
Kimbrel
about
just
10
wants-
days.
Kimbrel just wants too much fucking money. He wants $6 million.
He's pretty good. $6
$6
million
million
is nothing.
compared to $300 million. There's a big difference there,
yeah,
my
but
man.
compared to he only pitches one time, he
Big
looks
difference,
like he
my
looks
man.
like a fucking falconer. At,
That's like a rookie
he
deal
looks
and
like he's
getting
holding,
the.
he's holding a bird on his arm at fucking medieval times. Which,
That's-
by the way, we've got to get our tickets
Yeah.
for.
We will do one recording at medieval times. I
Six
heard it's
million's
cool.
like a rookie deal, and 300 million's like a Zach Martin deal. So you gotta. It's a big fucking difference, like
Guys,
you
in
said.
case you haven't caught on, we think there might be a Dallas Cowboy player sitting behind us, so we keep making Cowboys references because we want them to look back at us.
I mean, that's only happened 25 times already. So what else we got? Nothing.
Last thing I have.
Garth Brooks, J.K.
Garth
don't-
Brooks is going to be awesome to go see. I would like to go see him. I mean, he'd be cool to, go
If
out.
only
and
I could
visit
roll
his
my eyes
foundation.
harder.
Okay, well, the last thing I have is the Angels' first baseman.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys know Albert Pujols. So he'll actually be back. He's fully recovered from
You know
his,
what I saw? You know what I saw? Is so like 3 athletic writers, they ran to first base, and they were all faster than Albert Pujols.
Hey, well, he's recovering. So recovering
And one of
means
them had
healthy.
actually had like a college baseball career, and he
Right.
was only like about 5. I think he was running about 29 feet per second, which like 30, 31 is very, very top. Speed to first base, right? Running the base pass. But Albert Pujols is a dead fucking last, and even some fat riders are over out here outpacing him to first base. Chase, I think we need to get you running to first base and seeing.
Dude, you ought to watch me run.
see
to
if it's
first base.
faster than Albert Pujols.
I look like a wounded fucking ostrich with a lead trailer hooked on the back. But
Yeah,
no,
well, that's-
no,
that's what
that
Albert Pujols
is a
looks
good
like.
one. Also, Miggy Cabrera, he's doing some live hitting, so that's good to see
good to
after
see.
he's
You know
paying
else who's doing live hitting?
$20,000 a month.
You know else who likes to do live hitting? Lance Lynn. But anyways,
He likes to hit things that are alive. There's a difference.
Oh gosh!
think
All
it's
right,
time
well,
to
that's
sign
gonna
out.
wrap that up. That is going to wrap up this podcast for tonight.
So, guys, if you want to see us out this week, check us out. We'll be at Doghouse Beer Garden all
On
summer
Sunday,
long.
right?
Every Sunday,
Sunday.
yeah. Well, one of us will be out there drinking, having a good time. Also, check us out on Instagram, Cold Beers and Curveballs. Angelica Cerrone, Angelica with a J, that one baseball podcaster. Cold Beers Chase. Also, check out CB and CB Podcast on Snapchat and Twitter. Also, check out Indiegogo. It's bit.ly/CBCBSRSTRT19. Donate, help us out, support us, whatever you can do. And until then, drink responsibly, enjoy baseball irresponsibly, and we'll see you guys next week.